Welcome back to TechIntelPro's interview. Now we have Vince with us, who happens to be leading Capstone Green Energy, and we would like to have insights about how they are performing at Tech Week and what they have in future for us. Welcome to the interview, Vince.
Thank you.
Hope
Thank
you're doing
you.
well.
We are. Thank you.
Perfect,
Appreciate it.
perfect. How's the experience been at Tech Week?
Oh, it's been very well. A lot of good activity, a lot of
Uh-huh.
good conversations.
So this is the first time you guys are exhibiting at Tech Week?
It is the first time,
Fabulous.
but it won't be the last time.
Of course not. So you have been leading Capstone Green Energy through a dynamic phase in the global energy transition. What is your core vision for the company in today's clean energy landscape?
Oh. Well, it's something that we just want to expand on a good core technology that we've had. Our technology is really based around or predicated on four pieces of IP. One of them is our recuperators, another is our air bearings, our combustion technology, and lastly, our inverter technology,
Okay.
or power electronics. And I would say the first three get right to the heart of clean technology. The recuperator helps us improve our efficiency and allows us to heat the compressed air so that we can get better emissions in the combustion process. So we are one of the lowest emitting gas turbine technologies out
Okay.
there.
Okay.
And so what we want to do in terms of a vision is keep promoting that and tying into that other technologies that are equally clean. So for example, we're looking at organic Rankine cycle.
Okay.
So if we can't recover the waste heat, which is very important to us, we like to believe we're in the circular economy. And if we can't recover the waste heat in hot water or chilled water, then why not generate more electricity through an organic Rankine cycle?
Correct.
And one of the things that we're really excited about is how do we use the same concepts of air bearings, which are oil-free, with another compressor technology that's oil-free,
Okay.
so that our whole end-to-end combined cycle would be oil-free as well.
So if I'm not wrong, if I have to sum it up all together, it is more about sustainability along with green energy, right?
That's correct. Yeah, the green energy piece comes in when we tie into a microgrid of solar and wind and batteries, or we can also burn biogas and renewable natural gas and things like that. But we're really a clean technology, and that's really where our main focus is.
Fabulous. So moving on to the next question, Capstone has over 3 decades of experience pioneering microturbine technology. How has the technology evolved to meet the new demands of decentralized, sustainable power generation?
Well, Capstone's been around for 40 years. And over those years, it started out really as a mobility technology.
Okay.
So the goal was to put this little microturbine in cars, buses, and trucks.
Okay.
And over time, some of the customers and some of our investors found that they could use it in stationary power. And so back then it was a 30 kW package.
Okay.
And then we grew it to a 65 kW package. And now we have a 200 kW engine. And we use that engine in multiple bays in order to get integrated and active redundancy for customers that need more power. Where we're headed in the future is some bigger engines. We're working on right now a C250, which will be 250 kW.
Wow.
And then right following that would be a 500 kW, which will be two 250s together, but creating a low pressure, high pressure compression set.
Okay.
And so that's kind of our future in terms of growth there. But we're also looking at other clean technology.
Nice.
Linear generators are not out of the mix. Fuel cells could be a possibility.
Yeah.
We'll see where we go.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
So when you talk about this two, mega powers that you're going to come up with, like 250 and 500, like you mentioned. So do you have a tentative timeline when you're going to launch them?
We do. The 250 is about almost 80 to 90% complete.
Okay.
So we're going to, by the end of this year, we should be going into our validation testing and prototype testing. And then depending on how that goes, we could be, having a commercial product within 6 to 9 months, possibly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But as you know, technology is a finicky thing sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I know testing can take months, for approval, and we get that completely. All right. So energy as a service is becoming a strategic growth driver for Capstone. Please unpack this model significance for business navigating towards cleaner and more resilient energy versions.
It is really an important piece of the model. So energy as a service, the way we look at it, it's an umbrella.
Yes.
And underneath that umbrella, we have our rental services business. We have a build, own, and transfer business. We have a power purchase agreement business, and we have a lease to own business model.
Okay.
And so what that does is that gives customers different ways to utilize our technology depending on their OpEx and CapEx constraints or availabilities. And so our goal is to build that business up so that it basically will cover all of our OpEx.
Okay.
And then some. And then our equipment business or our product business, because it has longer lead times and it's got a very cyclical piece to it, we can then smooth that out by having a very predictable energy as a service business model.
Okay.
Very forecastable and very understandable.
Okay. And if I talk about the standards, or if I put them into race, what is one vertical which is getting you more revenue currently? Is that the technology or the product?
Well, different verticals use our technology in different ways.
Okay.
So take oil and gas, for example. They like our technology because it's very low maintenance and they can put it in remote locations. And we also can burn off gases. So gases that they're not the cleanest of gases, but we're able to burn those.
Okay.
And we're able to do that in an operating window that can go all the way down to, let's say, 20, 30% part load,
Okay.
where recip engines have a difficulty past 50%. So that's a real advantage to them. The other is they also have found that our emissions are almost 71% less.
Okay.
So oil and gas sees our product as more of a remote application, simple cycle. If I go to hospitals or pharmaceuticals or even universities where they have a big thermal load, especially in chilled water, we recover that high grade waste heat,
Okay.
which is high temperature, high mass flow, and we can give them a good amount of chilled water for cooling needs. Then I can go to hotels, let's say in New York City. And as you know, in very dense populations, having something on the top of a roof with apartments surrounding it, noise is very important. And we have a very quiet product. And so we can not only generate electricity, but we generate hot water for the hotel's domestic hot water needs.
Okay.
And we do it in a way that doesn't disrupt all of its neighbors.
So you kind of renew it, or how do you do it?
I'm sorry?
You kind of renew it, or how do you do it?
The technology.
Yes.
Well, in a lot of those cases, they're using natural gas.
Okay.
In some of the more remote locations, they'll use either an off gas or a waste stream gas. Sometimes we'll even truck it in. So we have certain customers where gas is not available. And so we'll bring in compressed natural gas or biogas or something like that.
Okay.
That's another area that we do really well in, is the waste treatment plants, anaerobic gas. And that's a great waste stream that doesn't get utilized. And a lot of times they flare that.
Okay.
So instead, we burn that gas, we clean it up, then we burn it. And then we make hot water for the anaerobic digester to keep the microbes happy and give them the electricity.
Okay. And how do you manage the carbon footprints?
How do I manage?
The carbon footprints?
Oh, well, and that's the carbon footprint is really based on our combustion technology. So we do our NOx levels are at 9 ppm,
Okay.
and our CO levels and CO2 levels are very low as well. And so this is all dry. We don't have to put any after treatment or anything. Now, if we wanted to go even lower, and certain locations might require that, we can put SCRs and things like that on there to even drive those levels even lower.
Oh, so you already have something to take care of the carbon footprint.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. We come right out of the box that way.
Yeah.
Again, that's our combustion technology with the recuperator.
Fabulous. So, as you participate in TechWeek Singapore 2025, what key message is Capstone, spotlighting for the clean energy ecosystem?
Oh, well, we actually did a speaking engagement earlier today, and we announced our move into 800 volt DC infrastructure for data centers.
Wow.
And that's a really big deal, because when you take a look at how the data centers their power demands are, and all of the conversion processes to take from the grid to the chip, there's a lot of conversions from AC down to DC or back and so forth. And so folks like NVIDIA, who've announced this 800 volt DC Kyber rack, we now have to deliver something like that. Now, the beauty is that was inherent in our technology already. our inverter-based technology already was generating 760 volts DC
Okay.
from our generator control module. So with a few software changes, we were able to get it to 800. And now we're just moving to the next step. And how do we help them handle the transient loads? Because those are very wild swings in the AI compute world.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. If you're known to creating change through strong employee engagement, how do you inspire teams to take ownership and turn the engagement into real impact?
I think there's two really important things. And this was an area that we focused on a lot when I first got to Capstone. Because as I dug into the company and the culture itself, they already had some amazing core values, but they hadn't been dusted off in a long time.
Okay.
So one of the first things we did is we looked at these core values and we shaped them into a vision of don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to fail. Try.
Try.
And so we came up with our core values we call CLIMB.
Okay.
So C stands for courage to dare greatly. Very, very important. Don't be afraid to try.
Yeah.
L stands for the little things matter. We're high precision power technology, so every little detail matters.
Yes.
And you can't do extraordinary things unless you get the little things right. Okay. Then I is iterate to success. And that is something that Capstone over the 40 years has done over and over and over again. And that's why, quite frankly, it's the only microturbine technology that exists today. All the big players that we know, GE, Pratt & Whitney, Toyota, UTC, Ingersoll Rand, they've all tried to develop microturbine gas turbines. And after a while, they gave up.
Okay.
But all of that iteration to success is what really got us to where we are today. So that's very important. Then the last two are really, really sound in terms of M stands for mutual trust amongst all. And teams can't perform at high levels and can't have healthy conflict unless they trust each other. So we spend a lot of time on working how to learn how to trust each other. It's not as simple as saying, I trust you, you trust me. It's your actions. It's the time we spend outside the office. It's different activities that we get to learn about each other. So we build real trust. Very, very important to us. And then the last one, which is B, be your best. Show up every day and be your best and try to be the best in everything you do. So with that core set of core values and the feeling that it's okay to make a mistake, learn from your mistakes and we move on, we take more risks and we mitigate with those risks as well. And I think that unleashes just the power of an exponential power of people.
Yep.
And quite frankly, I was telling somebody earlier today that our most important asset is our people.
Yeah.
And if we can unleash them and they can feel comfortable going for it, great things happen.
I really love the way you articulated this entire phenomenon of climb, It will remain with us for a long time. I really appreciate the way you're thinking of employee engagement and you have articulated it in such a good way. So coming to our last question now on the third, finally, if you could inspire the next generation of clean energy leaders with one piece of advice, what would it be?
Well, I'm going to say one thing which really leads on to the climb piece, which is we say climb to accountability.
Wow.
And accountability is really, really important.
Yes.
Because if you make a mistake and you don't own that mistake, then you can't get to the root cause of what happened.
Indeed.
And then you don't learn.
Yeah.
And so I think more than anything, accountability and how you embrace it is really, really important.
True.
And so as we look to our young leaders and what we're teaching them, listening is really, really important.
Yes.
Hard to do and very difficult at times, but it is a very important thing to do. But the accountability piece is really important, not only to hold yourself accountable, but to hold each other accountable.
Correct.
And if you have trust, you can hold each other accountable. And people accept that and they embrace that.
Yes.
And I think that's really, really important for future growth.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've kind of had a lot of interviews, but I haven't seen the kind of depth you guys have got in terms of maintaining your employees and the kind of information or probably the kind of thought process you want to instill within the organization to have good employee engagement. It was lovely interacting with you, Vince. All the best for
Thank you
Capstone,
very much.
and we're looking forward to seeing you again at Tech Week.
Absolutely.
Lovely talking to
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.